It's funny you mentioned that because I would prefer the 28 days later scenario. And
What
the
is wrong
reason-
with you? What
the
is wrong
reason-
with you?
Yeah.
Why would you prefer angry people who just
can't wait to
sprint
hear
at
Because
you?
think about the transmission of the actual virus, right?
Okay.
So if you have a virus of, the rage virus from 20 days later that's in England, right? How would it get to the US? Realistically. How would it get to the US?
Because it's not
it
like
transmits so fast.
so fast.
So if you have a plane with one person that's affected with the 28 days later virus, they would already be infected at the airport because it's within 10 seconds, right? They get infected and they're like
Yes.
full on zombie.
Does it
mode.
only get transmitted through touch?
Well, it's through like any type of membrane, so like blood in the eye or spit in the eye or a scratch. But the point is, it transmits too fast.
Yeah.
the virus.
It's like a virus that
So
is
it
too
would-
deadly.
it would be
Does the virus?
quarantined.
Well, I see your point, but does the virus survive? Okay, we're getting into like COVID stuff at this point, but does the virus survive on flesh that may be or something that may be on a surface or something like that, and gets transported from point A to point B? It doesn't necessarily need to be in a host. Like it doesn't.
Well,
Like
you can make the argument with any zombie.
all I'm
universe.
saying is that's the point. This is all fantasy, but my point is like, if it only survives in a host and it like instantly transmits
So-
it after 10 seconds, that's one thing.
The reason I bring all this up is because I played a video game called Plague. Do you guys ever play that?
Yes.
Plague.
Plague's
Yes.
Tale?
It
Okay, no.
gets you get isolated.
You made
very
a vi-
easily.
okay, so the entire point of this game, Zach, you make a virus, and your entire objective is to kill all of humanity.
Yeah.
Holy
Okay.
crap. All right.
But if you make a virus that's too transmissible, then everyone gets infected too quickly. So then it becomes quarantined to, like, say, England or Europe or America, because if you have a virus that's hyper contagious, then they obviously go, we need to not do transportation to the US because they're all sick. So you have different countries trying to quarantine more early to anticipate the oncoming infection. And I think, to me, that's my argument with the 28 days later rage virus. It's too quick.
So
But,
there's
if it was already in the US, you'd take Walking Dead zombies probably. It's already here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But
yeah.
if we're starting from like ground zero, I would take 28 days later over Walking Dead, because the Walking Dead zombies, it's a very slow virus.
Yeah.
You don't know if someone's infected until like a day later. Or a
Sure.
week
And they
later.
could get anywhere.
at one point you just die in that series. You just die. You become a zombie. It's in the air.
But you can be.
That's right. Yeah.
Like
that's
it
right.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
In
who
the-
you are.
That was the
Well,
twist of
that's
the
true.
comic was
It's
they
basically
find
you
out.
die.
You're-
As you
well,
die, you're a zombie.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's not a thing, and you get infected, you get like a bite, right? But it takes like a week for you to get sick and turn full zombie mode. That is the more dangerous scenario to me than instantly getting bit and then you're a zombie, because there would be a much quicker death. You
Yeah.
know,
I think on a global scale, you are correct.
Yeah,
like,
I
eaten
picture
alive.
myself like if I'm in my house and a zombie's kicking in the door, which one do I want it to be? Can't pick the 28 days later zombie. It's way too scary.
yeah, it's a very
Way too scary.
gray
Or the
area.
cordyceps one. The game kind of plays fast and loose, but you don't really know like how much of this like particle of this fungus do I like breathe in before I'm toast. You know what I mean? Like in the game, Joel will be like, "Oh, there's spores. Let's put our mask on."
Yeah,
But you could imagine as well in Last of Us that you could breathe it in, not even know, because it's
I
in the air.
demand
In that game.
more scientific answers.
Right.